going to bed with all that makeup on. I know why you got it on. Come on.
What makeup?
No, don't do that.
I woke up like
All right, Sisters / Zatima fans, this has been somewhat of a recurring question or topic of discussion I've been seeing for the past couple of weeks, and fans have been asking, hey, what's up with the lack of Zach and Fatima sex scenes in Sistas? And to an extent, Zatima. Well, here, in my humble opinion, and I said this before Zatima even came out, those kind of scenes don't matter to me personally, because I was like, oh yeah, Zach and Fatima are on BET Plus for their show, and BET Plus has lighter restrictions than BET does. So what I don't want from Zatima is just like sex every single episode, because it'll be less about the story and more about, oh yeah, gritty, rated M for mature scenes. The scene we had in episode 1, that was enough for me. I'm like, you know what? Hell, that was just fire. That scene was fire. And, remember last week I did that video, can I get to the yams? And if y'all wondering about Instagram, like, Jeremy, why did you take the video down? I didn't take it down. Instagram did. Trust and believe. I wasn't about to get rid of those views. That video blew the hell up. I'll put it, I need to put in a request form to get it back up, even though I have no doubt in my mind it will not be put back up. I mean, maybe I could re-edit it by utilizing, just cutting out the bits where we actually see, Fatima's full body and Zach going down. I mean, I could try to work around that, but I'd rather try to get the first video up, just due to the fact that the timing of that edit was damn near perfect. Well, as far as I'm concerned, it was perfect. Like the movement of the characters to the beat of the song. I don't want to redo that. I don't feel like I can recapture that. So maybe I'll re-edit it, and maybe I'll submit the form. Basically, if you see the video up again, just know I got the approval, but I highly doubt it would be. But I did enjoy that video for what it was, because I feel like that was hot. It was. Now, also, when you look at Zach, and I'm going to do a separate video about how, because I've already done a video about will Fatima call off the engagement, but I honestly think that Zach and Fatima might break up. I don't know for sure, but I think they might break up, and I'll go into details why in another video. But I think that, in my opinion, I don't think they really need to have that many sex scenes. And this isn't because, oh, wow, Jeremy, you're a wuss, you don't want to see that. No, it's not that. It's just that these two, and I want to speak specifically on Sistas. These two really haven't been on the same wavelength for a while. When I look at season 5 itself, we're almost at the halfway point of the season, and these two have just been going at it for more time than they've been, working, having a good time together. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the season kicked off with Zach popping up at the law firm to pick up Fatima to go on their little date to the parking lot where they first met. And, then that night got interrupted when, Pam called about Karen in the hospital. Then Karen called and cursed Fatima out. And, ever since that moment, there's just been this rift between the two about Zach not stepping up and defending, Fatima's honor, not stepping up and putting Karen in her place, not getting emotional whenever Karen is mentioned, and then Fatima just getting in her feelings about how her ex made her feel, and then she was projecting that onto Zach, and it's just been a whole mess. Even in the moment, and then if you look at it, it's just that Fatima just hasn't been the same person in terms of being willing to listen. She hears Zach only when he's able to talk, only when he's able to get a word in, but she doesn't listen to him. I mean, what happened? A lot of people I've been saying, well, Jeremy, the honeymoon phase seems to be over their relationship. It certainly feels that way, because I've seen married, I feel like, in TV and in real life, there have been married couples who argue less than these two do. It just seems like And I mean, I remember getting laid the smooth, just the fuck out online from Fatima fans because I dared compare Fatima to Karen with how she's been acting with Zach. And if you look at Fatima this season and you look at Karen, how she really, treated Zach in season 1 specifically, because that's when they were still together on and off. Season 2 was when it was like completely, nah, they ain't together. But yeah, if you look at season 1, that was the same shit. Zach was always put down, or I guess the difference, and see with Karen, it's like Zach was always put down because of all of his fuck ups from the past. With Fatima, Zach is kind of put down because of his past behaviors in Fatima's mind, reminding her of what Ian did. So I don't think that any sex between these two is going to happen anytime soon on Sistas, just because it ain't no. I mean, the night of the dinner, yeah, when Zach and Fatima got home after the whole Karen letter thing, they had sex. It's like, what, we just saw them jump under the covers and that was it. But like Zach said, what happened to you when you sleep? It's like you were, we were happy, we were cool last night, but now you got an attitude again. I think that's a product of Tyler's writing and the forced drama between these two, just because every time it seems like these two have made a step forward in their relationship, or they made it past an obstacle, we get to the next episode or the next day within the storyline and we're back to square one. Fatima's, acting pissy, condescending. Zach is the one who needs to like calm down because, as soon as look, and I get it, because some people, I love the memes, like, people that try to talk to me in the morning before I had my coffee, or people who try to talk to me the moment I get into work. I ain't feeling it. And yeah, after prayer and meditation and Zen time, Fatima wants to start her day off right. I can understand that. But to not even say, Zach, I just, prayed and whatnot, we can talk about the Karen stuff, just not right now, okay? Because I really just want to head to work, and when I get home, then yeah, that I miss that Fatima who was willing to work with Zach, not the Fatima who just wants to shut Zach down. So personally, in terms of like, why aren't these two having sex? What would it really change? I mean, for eye candy, for people, yeah, it would be great, but I don't think in terms of the story it's necessary, because these two just aren't marching to the beat of the same drum. Like, even though the Karen thing, Fatima came and shut that down, notice that those two really weren't on the same wavelength either. Like Fatima came with a mission, Zach wanted to go, but, I don't know. I mean, they did have a couple moments there where Fatima was calming him down for the sake of, hey, just listen to what she has to say, and then, we'll go from there. So, yeah, there were moments where basically the only times, not Medea, the only times Fatima really seemed like her old self was when Madam was around, because Fatima couldn't be that bitch when Madam was around, because it's like the hardcoreness of Fatima had to be mellowed out. That way Madam wouldn't be overshadowed. Like Madam's presence had to feel like she was the top dog. And as a result, we got a little bit of the old Fatima when she was over at the apartment, and then when she was at home that night with Zach. But as soon as they woke up the next morning, here we go again. All right, well, let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. How do you feel about the lack of intimate scenes between Zach and Fatima? I guess because this season is supposed to be the darkest one yet, even the brightest couple is going to have some cloudy days, but I don't know. I just feel like, yet again, if you want to see Zach and Fatima, rewatch earlier episodes of Sisters, or I'd highly recommend Zatima, even though the back half of the season was really messy in terms of their relationship dynamic. But yeah, just watch the first few episodes of Zatima to get some real, Zach and Fatima moments, because that's the hardest part and that's another reason why I wish Sisters season 5 didn't come as quickly as it did. It didn't give us time to marinate and savor Zatima season 1, because we jumped right back into Sisters. And you have to understand that the way Zach and Fatima interact and do things on Sisters is not how Zatima works. So if you're sick of the Karen shit, go watch Zatima. Yes, there's some Ian shit, there's some Belinda shit, there's some Deja shit over there, but it's more tolerable than this stuff on Sistas. Just my opinion. So with that being said, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.